Oh, Cliff. So I want to begin with a message from Lisa Watson, who, as many of you know, ALF Class 30 and past ALF ED. She is very sick. It is best that she is home. And she is also so sad to miss reunion, and Cliff to miss the chance to honor you. So I want to be really clear. This is me and Lisa speaking through my voice. Cliff, you gave us a reflection question years ago that just stopped us in our tracks when you said, is your resiliency about surviving or thriving? And that, I mean, just let that soak in. That has stayed with us. And you gave us so much more. When Lisa and I were brunching, like we do, telling a lot of stories that I promise we're not going to tell in front of everybody else, one of the things that we kept coming back to is you are our hero. And sometimes a hero looks like relocating community building week in a day, really overnight, across the state, so that we could launch with Class 34, you know who you are, 30 Fire. Sometimes being a hero means driving out of camp on the spur of the moment to get wings and pizza. Honest to God, to get anything with some salt and seasoning so that Class 42 could have a decent meal. Being a hero means every year, and I mean every year, finding 20 or more amazing solo sites. And I have so many memories of being out in the wood with you, out in the woods with Cliff, being like, I can't, and Cliff was like, they're not right yet. And I was like, okay, all right, here we are. And being a hero is your DEIJ curriculum that you shared so generously, with a focus on understanding your vision for justice, developing your own analysis, and then acting on it. We're going to miss you so much. But when we were thinking about it, we were like, you know what we're really going to miss? We're going to miss your unabashed love, we're going to miss your humor, and we are going to miss your laugh. And so here are a few times that we still hear your laugh. Day 10 of Community Building Week, back to back, when we are up way too late and have reimagined the agenda for the day and processed the day, and reasonable people would have just gone to bed, and instead there's us at the midnight hour telling stories and laughing. We also hear your laugh when we remember the picture of all of us with COVID swabs up our noses as we were reimagining the curriculum for day one, on day one, mind you, because an unexpected COVID sweep had come through and we needed to launch for Class 39. And then finally, there was the time that Lisa and I realized that Cliff had never seen the Prancer-size videos. And I'm telling you, if you know, you know, and if you don't, you need to look this up. We had had a very stressful day, and we played those, and I thought we were all going to lose our minds. We just laughed hysterically. So Cliff, ALF is not going to be the same without you. And it is what it is because of you. You are our hero, and we love you.
Nancy, thank you so much. To honor Cliff's many years of work in the state of Oregon doing cross-solidarity equity work, we are establishing a scholarship in his name that will be available to one fellow every year moving forward. Cliff, thank you. Thank you, thank you. We'll be announcing the first recipient of this award in our newsletter next month. Cliff, we honor you, we thank you, and I'd love to invite you to the stage if you'd like to say a few words. Yeah. Yes, please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I have three things I want to talk a little bit about. I'll start in with the first one. The first one is I feel so lucky for this journey. Last night at Kennedy School, class 44 had this conversation really about the displacement of Black people in this community, and it was incredible. It was amazing. It was hard. And I'm just walking away thinking, okay, where am I going to recreate this in my life? Because I get to do that every year several times. And that has changed me. It is the conversations that we get to have together, that I listen to brilliant people and get to ask my hardest questions that have been transformational for me. So I just want to say I have gotten a huge amount from this journey. I have learned so much, and I deeply appreciate those conversations and those relationships. And my mom is at home. I had to run home at lunch because she was sick, and then so she couldn't come. When I went home to change clothes, my partner Craig was in bed still. He'd been in bed all day, so he's home in bed. So they're my sort of closest family, so they couldn't be here, and I really wanted them to be here, but you know, it is what it is. And Antoinette Edwards and Ann Sweet showed up, and they, give them a hand. So they are also my family. I just have to tell you the story. I was facilitating a large gathering. It was about 200 or 300 people. People were speaking, and someone who was in opposition got the mic, a woman, and I was trying to get the mic back. She said, "Don't you put your hands on me." And out of the blue, Ann Sweet and Antoinette Edwards showed up and intervened because they saw what was about to happen. And like anyone would be lucky to have these two sisters have your back like that. I don't know where they came from. I don't know how they got there, but they got there, they got in between me and that woman, they got that mic. And we went on with the meeting. And they showed up tonight. My other family wasn't here, but these two sisters are here, and so I love you. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. I really want to get up here. Is Robin Teeter here? So I just wanted to talk. I've been through 4 or 5 EDs, all women and all brilliant women. Brilliant women have been leading this organization. And back like maybe in the 2012, 2011, 2010, Robin ran focus groups to find out what was of ALF senior fellows, find out what was working and what wasn't working. And then for 3 years, we sort of implemented changes. Christine, Dupree, Ann, I can't remember Ann's last name, and we co-facilitated, and we changed the model. There was a separation between community building week and the year, and it just didn't make sense. There wasn't consistent facilitation. So Robin, powerful innovator, to help get the program where it is today. Kendall Clausen came along, another powerhouse. Woo! Kendall said, this model ain't working, we need 2 classes. But Kendall implemented bringing Community Building Week facilitation, agenda, framework in-house. So now it was a seamless process with facilitation from Community Building Week that went through the end of the program. That's new, that's an innovation. For most of ALF's history, that hasn't been true. Kimberly Shane came in after Kendall. Kimberly came in June, like 3 weeks before orientation. And there was a complete turnover in the staff. And here she comes in and she ran the program that year. Amazing. She stepped in. I couldn't imagine that it could happen. And somehow she led it and pulled it off. And then Lisa Watson came in. Yeah, give Lisa a hand. And so Robin, Kendall, and Kimberly sort of started to innovate. And then Lisa sort of landed that plane and just really brought, centered ALF Fellows, centered the experience of ALF Fellows. And also in COVID, so we did ALF through COVID. Lisa led us through that. I couldn't believe it. It was amazing. It was challenging, it was hard, but we did it. And then when we started coming back in person, instead of having Thursday, Friday one week and then Thursday, Friday the next week, she did Thursday, Friday was the long day, senior fellow Saturday in whatever community we're in, and then Monday night, Sunday night, Monday night. And so that was such a radical innovation. One, they didn't have to do all that traveling, and 2, we got to invest with senior fellows in the community. Another incredible innovation that really began to integrate and partner and call out and pull in senior fellows in any community in which we were building, in which we were working. And so that, so Lisa Watson just continued the innovation. And then Sarah came along. Give her a hand. Sarah came in the middle of the year. It was tough. We had gone through this turnover of executive directors, turnover of staff. We had an interim executive director. Nancy and I were just trying to make it happen. And Sarah came in, and Sarah, I think, is the first ED I had worked with that was a professional facilitator. So she brought a different lens into the executive director role. And I just can't describe the thoughtfulness. I was worried about her because she was working so hard. The thoughtfulness that she put into every moment. It was incredible. Again, another innovation of the program. And, really meaningful engagement. First executive director from a rural community. Incredibly meaningful engagement. And really what I want to say is support her leadership. With money, with people, show up. Support her leadership. She is building an amazing program. And the purpose of ALF is to build connection between people who don't see that they have connection. A major piece of it is the urban-rural, but every other difference is there as well. She is curating that and building that possibility in that organization. Don't let her do it alone. Don't let her do it in isolation. And take this organization, be a part of it, and help it fulfill its promise of transforming this state and transforming our relationships. So I just wanna, it is hard to lead because of her incredible leadership. I just wanna be around it. And so if you don't know, get close enough so that you can find out. Go to a Senior Fellow Saturday. Engage. This is a movement. In this day and time, this can have a huge impact on its state. So invest, stay connected, give up the stories about the past, because we ain't in the past no more. We're in the future. I want to acknowledge Tony. Where are you, Tony? Tony. We innovated from the previous years, and we struggled. But we figured it out together, and Tony is a brilliant facilitator. I just really appreciate what I've learned from you, and she's continuing. Nancy, thank you for our partnership. I learned so much. I felt so connected. I trust you. I remember when we heard that scream during solos, and Nancy can run, y'all. I was trying to keep up with her. We were running down, and it just turned out that some people were rafting down the river, but we didn't know if our people were safe. I'll never forget that moment. We are hoofing through the woods to find out what is going on, and we got there, and it's just like, oh, it's just people rafting. But, I'll never forget that moment together. And she sort of looked back at me and said, oh, okay, if I go, I'm like, go, because I couldn't keep up with her. And then Kathleen Holt. Kathleen was coming in as a facilitator, and we are lucky. Kathleen is brilliant, sharp mind, courageous voice. I am so happy. Welcome. I don't know if you're going to do this later, but so that's just what I want to say, and I mostly just want to thank you for everything that I get to take away. It's just been a very rich experience in my life. So thank you so much.